Are you still waiting to win the lottery or find a sugar daddy while ordinary people are becoming millionaires right in front of you? Pause right now and tell me, what do you prefer? Waiting for luck or building your wealth brick by brick? I'm Duchess Dollars, and today I will reveal the strategy that has created more millionaires than any family tree full of rich uncles. My beauty salon costs more than the car of that boy who asks you to split the dinner bill, but what I will teach you today will cost nothing beyond your discipline. And look, I hate that word. Discipline reminds me of the gym at 6 in the morning, and darling, I only wake up early to catch a flight to Paris. In America, a teacher named Jane invested just a few $100s every month since the 1980s and retired wealthy in 2020. You know what she said? I did not understand stocks. I just knew I needed to invest every month like it was a fixed bill. And this woman understood the game before I even bought my first Hermes bag. And mind you, Mr. Millionaire always told me investing was for bored people with too much free time. You religiously pay your rent, electricity, water, internet, Netflix, food delivery, that phone installment you bought to take better photos for Instagram. But where is the account for your wealthy future? For your future self who will be able to laugh at your poor version today? That is the difference between us. I think about the future, you think about today's story. The problem is that when it comes to investing, people become an emotional amusement park. The market rises, everyone becomes an expert. I will buy more. It rises even more. Total excitement. My neighbor made money, I will too. Still rising? Euphoria. I will sell my car, take out a loan, mortgage my mother's house, and invest everything. And then, my dear, the downfall begins. The market stops rising, anxiety comes. Should I sell? It falls a little? Denial. It is just a temporary correction. Like that relationship you swore would work out. Falls more? Fear. My money is disappearing. Falls even more? Desperation, panic, help. And what do most people do? Sell everything at rock bottom, exactly like you broke up with that ex when he was at his worst, only to see him rich and married to a blonde later. Then, of course, comes discouragement, depression. Why did I do that? I could be rich. But there is a strategy that eliminates this emotional roller coaster. You do not need to be as smart as me or have married a Mr. Millionaire. It is called dollar cost average, or DCA for intimates. And no, it is not the name of a Dolce & Gabbana bag, although it should be. It is ridiculously simple. Even a child would understand. You invest a fixed amount at a constant frequency. Every month, every week, regardless of whether the market is in the clouds or underground. It works like this. Decided to invest 400 Rs per month? Every first day, that money leaves your account as if it were rent. Or divide it into 4 and invest 100 Rs per week. The secret is consistency. The same one lacking in boys who text you at 3 in the morning saying they have changed. When the market rises, you buy fewer shares. When it falls, you buy more. It is like a sale. The cheaper it gets, the more you buy. Over time, you accumulate wealth without having to guess when to enter or exit. No drama, no tears, except joy. When you see the result, like when I see my account statement. Warren Buffett, whom the press insists is my friend, but I really only saw him once at a charity event where he did not even notice my $10,000 dress, started delivering newspapers, and today has more than $164 billion. He defends this strategy. He learned from Benjamin Graham that investing with discipline and regularity is much more powerful than any hot market tip. And mind you, Warren is not just anyone. He is one of the few rich men I respect. Besides my Mr. Millionaire and Elon Musk, who between us has something in his gaze. But there is no point in doing DCA with just anything. It is not like giving an ugly man a chance, which sometimes works out if he is rich. The American who went broke investing in a department store should be a lesson. It is like dating a boy. With a history of cheating, he will break your heart and your bank account. You have to choose carefully where to put your money. An excellent option is the S&P 500, an index that brings together the 500 largest American companies. It adjusts itself. When a company loses relevance, it leaves. When another grows, it enters. It is like that friend who only introduces you to rich and successful men, not the unemployed cousin. By definition, the S&P always seeks market winners. And do not think you are only investing in the USA. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, these companies sell to the whole world. It is like having an international boyfriend. You may be in Brazil, but you are enjoying global benefits. You are exposed to the growth of the world economy, not just your neighborhood's GDP. Let us talk numbers now. And I know you hate math as much as I hate counterfeit bags. A study of almost 100 years showed that the American market generated $47.3 trillion between 1926 and 2019. That is so much money that even I cannot imagine how much it is. And look, I can perfectly visualize a closet with 500 pairs of shoes. Of more than 26,000 companies analyzed, only 1,092 were responsible for generating all that wealth, and only 83 companies generated more than half. Imagine the work of finding these needles in the haystack. It is harder than finding a handsome, rich, faithful man who does not live with his mother. This is where the ETF comes in, a fund that replicates the index with a very low management fee. Instead of looking for needle by needle, you buy the entire haystack. And if a company becomes the next Amazon or Apple, you will already be in there. It is like having a sugar daddy who introduces you to all his millionaire friends. I will show you how simple it is in practice, because even a princess like me can do this between one massage session and another. I open the brokerage app, make my deposit. It can be a small amount to start. You do not need to sell your kidney. Convert to dollars, which still yield 5% per year just sitting there like that money you forgot in your purse. Transfer. To my trading account, look for the ETF that replicates the S&P 500 and invest. Done. Less time than you take choosing a filter for Instagram. No fee to buy, no fee to sell. Even my dog Chanel could do this, if she had opposable thumbs, of course. And the link to open your account with benefits is in the description because, unlike your ex, I really want to see you rich. But do not think it is a bed of roses, or rather, a Victoria's Secret fashion show where there are only models of 5 feet 11 inches and you with your 5 feet 5 inches. History shows that the market has its ups and downs, like my mood during PMS. In 1987, we had a crisis that knocked the market down by more than 30%. In the dot-com bubble, it fell almost 50%. In 2008, in the real estate crisis, it plummeted 55%. In the pandemic in 2020, another 30% drop. And from the beginning of this year to now, it has already fallen almost 10%. However, and this is the trick that finance magazines do not tell you with the DCA strategy, you do not buy everything at once. During these falls, you continue buying, accumulating more shares at lower prices. It is like always being on sale. And unlike that bag you bought on sale and later discovered was fake, these stocks are real and can make you truly rich. I made a table simulating someone who invested just $300 every month since 1995. Less than you spend on Uber and delivery per month. Admit it. In the first month, they bought 6.37 shares at $47 each. The following month, they bought more and more and more, religiously, like you check your crush's Instagram. After 1 year, they already had $4,000. After 10 years, $50,000. In 2025, $436,000. Just with $300 per month, doing nothing more than pressing a button. That is less effort than you make trying to post the perfect photo on your feed. Now, pay attention, because this is important. There is no point in implementing this strategy with any investment. A company like Americanas, which lost money for 10 consecutive years before going bankrupt, will not make you rich even with all the DCA in the world. It is like investing in a relationship with a boy who never finished college and still lives. With his mother, you can be as consistent as you want, the return will be pitiful. Not even Ibovespa, our Brazilian index, is so reliable for this strategy. It is very concentrated. Almost 25% in just 2 companies, Vale and Petrobras. It is like betting all your money on just 2 boyfriends, one of whom is a public servant and the other works with commodities. Zero diversification. If we look at Ibovespa's performance in dollars, since before the 2008 crisis, it has not hit its historical high again. Why? In 2008, the dollar was at 1.8 reais. Today it is almost 5.7 reais, meaning our currency has lost 3 times its value. It is as if that 500 reais bag you bought in 2008 now costs 1,500 reais without becoming prettier or more spacious. Meanwhile, Ibovespa went from 71,000 points to 131,000, not even doubling. It is like your salary that increased 50% in 15 years, but your rent tripled. That is why you need to think in dollars, darling. Answer honestly. Which economy will grow more in the coming years, Brazil or the United States? It is like choosing between betting on the neighborhood team or Real Madrid. Which currency will have less inflation, real or dollar? One loses value faster than lipstick on barbecue day. And even though we spend in reais here, everything is quoted in dollars. Wheat, gasoline, soybeans, that iPhone you dream of buying, the ticket to Cancun. That is why our purchasing power has been squeezed in recent years. In 30 years, the real has already lost more than 80% of its purchasing power. It is like that promise from your ex that he will change. We know it will not happen. Speaking of opportunities you should not miss, another excellent option for DCA is Bitcoin. And no, it is not that scheme your cousin tried to convince you to join last year. Look at this simulation. Someone who bought just $300 per month since 2015, less than you spend on that makeup box subscription you never use, today would have 24 Bitcoins, more than $2 million. But in 2015, Bitcoin was worth almost nothing, Duchess. Okay, let us see who started in the pandemic in 2020 when everyone was at home watching Money Heist and making sourdough bread, investing $300 monthly. Since then, today they would have 0.76 Bitcoin, a wealth of $64,000. That is more than the car of that boy who offered you a ride and then asked for money for gas. Warren Buffett himself, and look, he does not even follow me on Instagram yet, says that for people who cannot delve into stock analysis, the best strategy is to regularly invest in a low-cost index fund, maintaining contributions for many years. Trying to guess the market almost always ends badly for the common investor. It is like trying to guess if he will call you after the first date. The anxiety is not worth it. I do not play in casinos or lotteries, darling. I only play if the prize is a millionaire husband or a private island. Otherwise, my love, I prefer to bet on myself. The difference between me and you playing is that I play with other people's money. If I lose, tough luck for Mr. Millionaire. The only casino that interests me is Monte Carlo. Because there, if you lose, at least you lose with class, champagne, and a Dior dress. You want to play the lottery? Darling, you already lost when you were born poor. You will have to play the entrepreneurship or investment game now. I do not bet because I prefer certainty. And certainty, my dear, is inheritance, signed contract, and joint account with a CEO, or an investment strategy that has worked for decades. Slot machines are entertainment for those who have not yet learned that the biggest stroke of luck is a stable union with someone from Forbes, or a well-built portfolio that grows while you sleep. I do not gamble, darling, I invest. And the best investment is always a good relationship with someone who is already rich, or a consistent strategy that has already made thousands of ordinary people millionaires. See how it is possible to get rich with discipline and consistency? If you were not born an heiress nor found your millionaire yet, this is your chance. And if you have passed the age where Leonardo DiCaprio would accept dating you, all the more reason to start investing today. Leave a like if you want to be rich, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to learn more strategies like this. And comment rich without lottery if you liked it and will start your DCA today. Remember, while other women are asking for enough to pay the bills, I'm asking for enough to buy the company that issues the bills. The Bible says, ask and you shall receive, but it does not specify that you should ask big. While other women are asking for enough to pay the bills, I am asking for enough to buy the company that issues the bills. Stop being a fool, darling. Follow my advice, invest consistently, and in a few years, you will be drinking champagne by my side, laughing at all those who continue waiting for a winning ticket or a Prince Charming. Succeed in life like me. Until the next video.